If you search online about Coastal Delaware, you're going to find all different types of reviews and write-ups, from people telling you that it is the absolute best place ever to live, all the way to people who tell you that the sky is falling and they cannot wait to get out of here. So which one is correct? Well, as someone who has helped hundreds of clients buy and sell properties here, today I'm going to show you the uncensored truth about living in Coastal Delaware in 2025, both the incredible opportunities and, yes, the real challenges that not many people actually talk about in the media spotlight. Now look, I could spend this entire video showing you the pristine beaches, the tax-free shopping, and so much more, and trust me, we'll get to those things about Coastal Delaware that are really great. But first, I want to have an honest conversation about the challenges of living here and what exactly that may entail. So first, let's talk about what's really happening in Coastal Delaware's job market in 2025. Career options are largely restricted, especially to things like healthcare, hospitality, and tourism. And unless you're in these industries, finding well-paying year-round employment can certainly be a challenge. The restrictions partly stem from Delaware's Coastal Zone Act of 1971, which protects environmentally sensitive areas, which, don't get me wrong, that's a good thing, but it also is very limiting on heavy industrial development and added industry in our area. Now, tourism does dominate the local economy, employing about 72% of the workforce, and seasonal roles in restaurants, hotels, and retail create opportunities, but these positions often disappear during the off-season as things slow down throughout the area. Now, young professionals often struggle to advance their careers here without the diverse corporate landscape that larger cities often have. Ambitious professionals frequently hit growth ceilings, and this creates a demographic situation where retirees and vacation homeowners certainly dominate many communities. In fact, retirees make up about 40% of households throughout the region, which those obviously are not typically people that are going to be in the workforce. Now, the seasonal employment fluctuations are definitely dramatic in a lot of areas. Many businesses scale up employment and hours during the summer months, and they scale way back during the off-season, creating this employment instability. And while summer positions might offer great wages, especially for servers and bartenders and those types of jobs, these jobs often vanish during the winter months, with tourism roles typically drop by about 60% throughout the region. Now, healthcare offers some year-round stability with high demand for nurses and doctors and medical specialists, which is driven by the aging population that we have. However, remote work may be your best option if you're looking to live here. Many residents maintain positions with companies that are based in our neighboring metropolitan areas, and they may require occasional commutes to places like Philadelphia, Baltimore, or DC. Now that we've talked about the job situation, let's address something that might be the most discussed aspect of living here and the biggest negative that you hear on social media. The traffic often can catch people by surprise and can make them feel like they've made a mistake. So you should be aware of what it exactly entails. Again, if you go on any website for social media or whatever, it definitely talks about the traffic. Car dependency is unavoidable. Outside of Wilmington up north, public transportation is definitely sparse, if not non-existent. And without reliable vehicle transportation, you're going to find daily life pretty difficult. With tens of thousands of vehicles traveling every day on major roadways, our infrastructure is built for cars and not necessarily for pedestrians. Now, seasonal traffic does transform travel times throughout the year. You know, what is a 10-minute drive in January can easily become a 45-minute ordeal in July, and traffic congestion is no longer limited to just those summer peaks. We're seeing more traffic throughout the year as more people continue to call this place home, and the seasonal fluctuations and changes don't just end there, as we'll see here in a moment. Now, our public transportation options, again, are limited. We've got DART First State, which is particularly just really in the beach communities and then further up north. Now, while there are some seasonal beach bus services, the coverage and frequency are definitely not comparable to what you would find in a major city and make it to where you could just, abandon a car altogether. The other thing is that our infrastructure does struggle to keep up with the pace of growth. Sussex County is Delaware's fastest growing region, but many roads remain 2 lanes and can't efficiently handle the significantly increased volume. Many communities are accessed via limited routes. It creates bottlenecks and different backups, especially during rush hours or our peak season. For now, having reliable personal transportation definitely remains essential for your quality of life here in Coastal Delaware. Now, if you find this information useful and you would like to know everything there is to know about Coastal Delaware real estate and living here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you never miss any of our videos that we put out each and every week. It helps us grow the channel and lets us know that we're doing an awesome job here, and it helps build our great community here online. Now, there's one more aspect of Coastal Delaware living that my clients always want to know about, and that's the dramatic seasonal differences in population and weather and everything else. And this is where having the right local knowledge becomes absolutely crucial, and it will prepare you to better plan year-round if you know what you're getting into. During peak summer months, our population can more than double or even triple depending on where you're at, and it transforms quiet communities into these bustling tourist destinations. And the seasonal shift really directly impacts daily life, as many businesses may close during the winter, or they may reduce their hours greatly, or you may be stuck in a complete traffic trap in the summertime. Now, evening entertainment options become noticeably more sparse November September through April, particularly outside of the downtown beach markets. And while summer brings a vibrant nightlife scene with venues, places like Bottle and Cork and the Starboard hosting live music, winter offers a much more subdued scene with, again, many of those places reducing their hours or closing. So if you are coming from a major city, you can expect an adjustment period as you adapt to the reduced availability of services and entertainment options, particularly during the winter months. Now, all that said, many year-round residents actually cherish some of the winter months for the peaceful environment and the stronger sense of local community. We've got special events in the winter like the Dewey Winter Gala that provide occasional highlights during that quieter season that many people look forward to. And while Sussex County's growing permanent population is gradually creating a more year-round active environment, the seasonal contrast does remain a fundamental aspect of life here and something that we just can't get around. Look, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you here. Coastal Delaware is experiencing a housing transformation and not everyone is happy about it. So we do have a ton of new construction going in, but Coastal Delaware still faces a significant housing shortage, and it's not just like a couple hundred homes, it's thousands of homes. And this deficit is driving up prices across all segments in the market, from affordable housing to those luxury beachfront properties. And popular areas like Rehoboth Beach and Lewis are attracting more residents from neighboring states, further increasing demand and driving prices upwards. Now, development is again outpacing infrastructure improvements in many areas. New communities are being built faster than our roadways can certainly keep up with, and it's compounding some of the peak season bottlenecks on our roads that we previously discussed with our traffic. Now, we're also experiencing a genuine affordable housing crisis for service industry workers. The people who staff our restaurants and hotels and shops increasingly cannot afford to live in the same communities that they serve, partly due to some outdated zoning laws which limit the affordable housing development and opportunities, again, which makes it a lot more difficult for those service industry workers to be finding places to live. Now, competition for available properties can be intense, with multiple offers becoming more common on properties that are priced correctly. Out-of-state buyers are often able to enter the market with all-cash offers and minimal contingencies due to selling their previous homes in much higher cost areas and looking to relocate to here. Short-term rentals are also significantly impacting our year-round housing inventory. Many property owners are converting their long-term rentals to vacation rentals because they can make more money, especially in high-demand areas, which is further limiting housing options for those permanent residents or those that are living here year-round. These housing pressures are an important consideration for anyone looking to make Coastal Delaware their home, as they all have an impact on pricing, availability, and ultimately your enjoyment of the area because where you can move to. One of the biggest cons about purchasing or selling property here is certainly our closing cost structure. Now, while Delaware has many financial benefits that we're going to dive into next with our pros, I think it's important to make note of our closing costs here in the state. We have one of the highest transfer tax rates in the entire country, with every property sale being subject to a 4% total in transfer tax. Now, there are many times that 4% rate is going to be split between the buyer and the seller. However, with a handful of new construction builders, they stick the buyer with the entire tax obligation, which would mean 4% of your purchase price being paid at closing. Now, this could mean the difference of tens of thousands of dollars in cash that you would need to bring to a settlement in order to purchase a home. Now, typically, resale properties, each party in the transaction is going to pay 2% to evenly split that obligation, so it can reduce your tax obligation a little bit. And despite these housing pressures, our strategic location and accessibility continue to attract buyers who recognize the unique balance of Coastal Delaware and what it offers, and I'll tell you why as we move on to the pros right now. Now, despite the challenges, Coastal Delaware offers a unique lifestyle that draws many to its shore region. The region's natural beauty, financial benefits, and balanced pace of life create a really appealing atmosphere for those seeking a different kind of living experience from our neighboring states where it's more hustle and bustle. Coastal Delaware sits in a prime location that offers the best of both worlds. Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. are all just 2 to 2.5 hours away, making day trips or weekend getaways to those cities entirely feasible and something that many people enjoy doing. Now, this strategic position makes our area perfect for weekend homeowners, especially from those more major cities, as well as the financial advantages that we're going to get into in just a moment. And many residents maintain primary homes in nearby metropolitan areas, but they escape down here to Coastal Delaware pretty regularly. The convenient driving distance is just far enough to feel like you're getting away, but it's still close enough to be practical, and it contributes significantly to our strong vacation home market, or our second home market, that we certainly see a lot of. Now, we are perfectly balanced in terms of our proximity to urban centers. We're close enough to cities to access things like specialized healthcare if we don't have it here locally, things like bigger shopping or more shopping options, and larger entertainment options when needed, but we're far enough away to maintain our distinct coastal identity and not feel like one of those major metropolitan areas. Now, our central location on the eastern seaboard also makes travel up and down the coast very convenient, with easy access to multiple major airports for longer trips. And while we don't yet have the extensive extensive service of a major international airport here in the state. Our regional airport options are expanding, particularly the Newcastle County Airport, been expanding their flight offerings for the last 2 years, and they seem to be adding more and more with the growing popularity. Our strategic location does combine coastal tranquility with practical accessibility, a combination that's really increasingly rare and valuable in today's real estate landscape. The tax benefits and financial advantages are perhaps the most discussed topic when I talk to clients about their choices to relocate here to Delaware and why they're choosing to do so. A, we have no sales tax on any purchases. Yes, you heard that right. From major appliances to everyday items, you're gonna be saving 6 to 10% compared to our neighboring states. And that's just not spare change. For big ticket items, or if you add it up over time, these savings add up to a pretty significant number at the end of the year. The Tanger outlets in Rehoboth are a perfect example of our tax-free shopping advantage. With over 140 brand name outlets across 3 different shopping centers, shoppers flock here from neighboring states to enjoy both the outlet savings and the absence of sales tax. Now, stores like Coach and Old Navy and Kate Spade and Vineyard Vines, they all provide variety while maintaining the tax advantage that makes Delaware so appealing for those looking to do some shopping. We always see a very large increase, particularly around Black Friday, for people just coming to the outlets. Now, beyond the outlets, we've got places like downtown Rehoboth and downtown Lewis, where we have a variety of boutiques and galleries and specialty shops where, again, every purchase is tax-free. And when compared to what you might currently be paying in sales tax across a full year, the difference becomes a lot bigger number than you initially think it is. Now, our property taxes are also a fraction of what you would pay in New Jersey or even Pennsylvania for a comparable property, and it creates this substantial long-term savings as you add it up over the time living here. While Delaware does have other taxes such as income tax and franchise taxes for businesses, the highest income tax bracket is only 6.6%, which is also much lower than many of our closest neighboring states. Retirees benefit enormously from our tax policies as well. Delaware doesn't tax Social Security benefits, putting more money in retirees' pockets compared to many other states. We also offer generous exclusions for pension and retirement income. Residents aged 60 or older can exclude up to $12,500 of qualified retirement income from state taxes, including things like pensions, distributions from IRAs, 401ks, and other eligible retirement plans. Now, Delaware's progressive tax system does have rates ranging from 0 to 6.6% for income taxes, but with these various exclusions and exemptions, many retirees find their effective tax rate to be much lower than their current state. And the combination of no sales tax, low property taxes, and these retirement income exclusions, it creates this financial environment that has been really attracting people from our higher tax neighbors like New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and especially since that extra money can be invested more in the quality of life and the benefits that are present here in coastal Delaware. And I'll give you a rundown of some of those benefits in just a second. These financial advantages aren't just minor perks, they're significant enough to influence many people's decisions to move here, particularly retirees who want to maximize their retirement income and enjoy a lower overall tax burden. Again, the tax benefits combined with our coastal lifestyle make Delaware a compelling choice for those looking to stretch their dollars a little bit further while maintaining a still high quality of life and getting access to, again, the beaches and our coastal region. Coastal Delaware offers the perfect blend of relaxation and activity options, so whether you prefer quiet beach days or active pursuits like kayaking and paddleboarding, our area provides both in abundance. Places like Cape Henlopen State Park feature hiking and biking trails throughout forests and along the coast, while the Delaware Seashore State Park offers swimming and surfing and fishing with scenic views. And Delaware was just named the 3rd best state in the country for fishing. So for those of you that love to throw a line in the water, this is the place for you. A strong sense of community definitely flourishes throughout the region, from local festivals like the Sea Witch Festival, which is an annual favorite, to the Rehoboth Beach Independent Film Festival. There's gonna be countless ways to connect with the community and your neighbors. We've got community events like the Polar Bear Plunge that brings people together for great causes. While we've got cultural experiences through art festivals and music performances at places like the Rehoboth Beach Bandstand that, again, bring many people together and help you connect with the community. Recreational opportunities cater to all ages. We've got golf enthusiasts, tennis players, and pickleball fans that are all going to find excellent facilities while still enjoying a lot of local attractions. Places like Funland Amusement Park on the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk. We've got Jungle Gyms Water Park, and we got themed miniature golf courses throughout the area. So there is something for everyone in your crew. Our rich local history and culture provide endless opportunities for exploration, from historic Lewis, which is the first town in the first state, to the Zwannendale Museum and landmarks like the Lightship Overfalls, all the way down to Fenwick Island's Lighthouse. There is always something new to discover about our heritage and our rich history here along the coast. For those seeking relaxation, premium spas and wellness centers, we've got the Belmore Inn and Spa, and we've got Oceanova Spa, which offer restorative retreatments, while the quiet resorts of Bethany Beach and Fenwick provide a more peaceful beach experience where it's not going to be quite as crowded as some of the other areas. Perhaps most appreciated by newcomers is our moderate climate compared to some of the more northern states where people often move from. While we experience all 4 seasons here, our winters are typically milder, with average temperatures around 37 degrees and only about 15 inches of snow annually, far less than the 50+ inches that is common up north. And this makes year-round outdoor activities much more feasible and much more enjoyable. These quality of life benefits create a special place that balances relaxation with activity, community with privacy, and history with more modern amenities, all within a climate that lets you enjoy the outdoors pretty much year-round. But what elevates the experience beyond just comfortable living is the resort-style amenities available throughout our communities, offering the kind of luxury features that most people only get to enjoy when they go on vacation. So let's take a look at our final item. Coastal Delaware offers true resort-style living that goes beyond just the beautiful beaches. You got communities like Coastal Club in Lewis that feature premium amenities, including infinity pools with swim-up bars, lighthouse-themed clubhouses, fitness centers, and nature preserves right in your neighborhood. And that's not the only one. Those kind of amenities are pretty common throughout our area. The region provides access to our pristine beaches and diverse outdoor recreation, from the acclaimed shores of Rehoboth and Dewey and Bethany to the inland waterways that are perfect for kayaking and fishing. Natural amenities certainly abound for both relaxation and adventure, depending on your cup of tea. Now, Coastal Delaware's thriving culinary coast dining scene is also a major highlight. Fresh seafood restaurants like Henlopen City Oyster House serve everything from oysters to lobster rolls, using a lot of local catches and a lot of local dishes. And the diverse options range from farm-to-table establishments to some international cuisines at places like Lupo Italian Kitchen or the Cultured Pearl, which is great for sushi. You got waterfront dining at places like Catch 54 and Fenwick Island, which enhance the experience overall with some stunning sunset views. Our area perfectly blends that small town charm with modern conveniences. You're gonna be able to enjoy the friendly community atmosphere while still accessing quality tax-free shopping, diverse dining options, and entertainment options throughout the region that rival many larger cities. Now, year-round activities keep life interesting regardless of the season. Now, summer obviously brings beach and concerts and festivals when it's warmer out. Fall features events like Sea Witch Festival, which I mentioned before, and even winter months offer holiday celebrations with a quieter and more intimate atmosphere that many residents treasure and often look forward to. This combination of natural beauty, culinary excellence, and thoughtful amenities creates a lifestyle that feels like you're living on a permanent vacation. Certainly a compelling reason why so many choose Coastal Delaware, despite the challenges that we discussed a little bit earlier. If you're thinking about making a move to Coastal Delaware, my team and I would absolutely love to help. So all our contact information is gonna be down below in the description. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. And before you leave, if you have found this video helpful at all and you are curious about which Coastal Delaware towns offer the best value right now in 2025, then you need to watch our video on Coastal Delaware's best and worst towns. I break down which areas are the best, so if you want to avoid overpaying and you want to find the best place to call home, then make sure you check it out. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.